Hello! And it's the moment I start Gene Talks, classic. Okay, so basically this video will be me talking about the Theatre Mechanicus, the changes that has happened from this to the previous one back in the Lantern Rite, and coming up with basically the best tips in order to consistently get the best points. So I'm also going to, this video will be me doing an entire round of Theatre Mechanicus because I do think it's better to show what I'm doing instead of just me explaining what I'm doing. And I'm actually going to pick what, in my opinion, was the hardest floor, which is 9. Weirdly, 9 is the worst one, and 10 is amazingly easy. So, we'll do the worst one. Starting off with is who are the best characters when it comes to Theatre Mechanicus? In my opinion, Jean is the best character for Theatre Mechanicus, I think, which, to be fair, because we're going to be playing together, I will be the one using Jean. After that, though, you basically have the choice between Catalyst users. Mona, Barbara, and Lisa are phenomenal for Theatre Mechanicus, and someone who can do consistent cryo applications, so that would be Ganyu or Ayaka. And basically, you kind of want this to look like your team, but if you're doing it in co-op, the last thing you want is for, hey, I'm going to do water and cryo, and I want you to do water and cryo, because the biggest issue that I have with Theatre Mechanicus is that it's not just the upgrades that are randomized, the enemies seem to be. Like, I've played Theatre Mechanicus and I've lost based on RNG, essentially, and so when I go to pick different members, the enemies change. So, and like, this really annoys me. So in this context, like, let's say I'm using Ganyu and Mona, and I'm fighting against a bunch of ice enemies, basically rendering Ganyu useless. And so if I fail and I pick D-Look, now all of a sudden the ice enemies are gone, and it's like fire enemies, and it's just like, I don't, whether I'm just unlucky or miHoYo are just intentionally trying to sabotage my picks, I have no idea. Which is why I think having an anemo character is really important, because they just universally work so well. I'm not a fan of the Geo characters. I think Geo Traveler could be good for meteorites, but in my opinion, you should just go for Jean or Kazuha, and then pick a different element that can complement each other. So because I'm playing on my own, I'm doing Jean, Kazuha, and I'm doing Mona and Ganyu. Otherwise, Lisa or Barbara or Ayaka are the other characters I would pick. So let's begin. Right. So but first thing is, reading this, it says the following wondrous stick types will not appear during a stage. It's telling me that I can't upgrade water and electric. Electric mechanici are by far the best ones. And so what really annoys me is, well, if I can't have electric, then I need to use a different element. What do I want to use? In this case, fire is the best one after electro. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up a bunch of pyro like this, because I want to set up closer to my portal than instead having it further away. And the reason why is because these mechanici can also defend this side, and this mechanici can defend over here. So when it comes to placements, you kind of want to go a little bit closer to your own portal. Always important to put the Arcaniums down, because they will increase the strength of these, and that is so important. We've also got to defend this side, which is a big pain in my butt. So I'm gonna do an Acranium here. I'm gonna go Pyro, and what I'm actually gonna do here, I'm going to place a Clarity. So anything inside here is going to die and give me more points, and that's super important. And to be honest, we'll get to it, but these have the best upgrades in the game that I'm also aiming for. When it comes to, do you do one element or multiple, you should only do no more than 2 elements. So I'm thinking, I'm personally tempted to do more, probably going to do 1 cryo here, and I'll have a pyro here. So because I fucked up and accidentally picked the wrong one, I'm not going to get best synergy, but because I've got Ganyu, I should be okay. Let's also, while we're doing this, I'm going to use Gaia Newt. I'm just going to shoot and apply cryo on them so I get melts. So they seem to be dying around here. So therefore, let's place a clarity here. The first round is the most relaxing one because it's just against a bunch of weak enemies. And now we've got this, we can just start upgrading straight away because I'm already at 13 out of 14 Mechanici, which is already stressful. So here we go, perfect. This is the most important upgrade in all of Theatre Mechanicus. It says movement speed of opponents within the recovery Mechanici charity, within that AoE, their movement speed will be decreased by 20%. That is the most important upgrade to be going for. Just electric slimes. Along with any upgrade to your main damaging Mechanici, which in this case will be Pyro. So I'm just having a look. So this is to do with increased melt damage. So because I'm using Garnu, I will upgrade that. And there's no worries about taking your time just reading through these. Attack upgrades are fine, but really what I'm looking for is attack speed. And don't worry about redrawing. I am always redrawing. Elemental Mastery, it's good, but not as much as I want it to be. And here we go. Movement speed will be decreased again. Always, always, always go for that. Refresh. Refresh. Attack speed, yes. Also, this is good. Which one? Probably going to go for increased range. Refresh. 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 How many points I'm on? I'm just going to keep refreshing until I see something good. Nope. Are craniums AoE? Yes. Yes. And we can't upgrade it, so we're just going to start it. When we're playing in co-op, best tip to do is, because we're not going to be able to talk, so you can't tell me if I'm ready, I can't tell you if... you can't tell me if you're ready, I can't tell you if I'm ready. So once you're ready, honestly, just jumping up and down to show that you're ready is the best way to tell your co-op teammate that you're ready to proceed, whoever the host is going to be. But you can see by upgrading the slowdown, look how slow they're moving. And this is why this is the most important upgrade. If I am ever concerned, I can use Jean to do some knockback. And Kazuha can group them all up like this. The thing that I don't know is whether the Viridescent Shred works. Cool. So this is going really nicely so far. So I wanted this one. Perfect. Finally. Big fiery upgrades are really good, but this one is the worst upgrade ever. Never upgrade this. Because what it does is it turns every single upgrade into one of these that give you the fickle debuff, and fickle are awful. Samachells are going to be fucking evil in this. So if some escape, it is inevitable, but I really hope that I'm able to... I'm really hoping that I can beat it. Attack from further away, yes. Bigger AoE, yes. And so in this context, if I feel like I'm going to be up against a hard fight, this wave, attack level of all Mechanici increased by +2, I'm going to pick it because I know this is going to be a tough wave coming up. I'm happy to give up 300 points for it. Even though that's actually really good as well. Ooh, I'm going to go for that. Taking it back. No. 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 We can ignore that one, right? Because that says it's only increased against Geo. So it is a matter of making sure you read and know what are you actually upgrading. Otherwise, wish me luck. I'm nervous about this. But look at that slowdown, right? I'm glad because Overload's doing its job. I'm worried over here, so I'm going to build my last Mechanici as Pyro here. And I'm mainly just going to stick here. So again, you always want to be staying near where your base is, especially when you've got 2 places to go. So if we're doing this in co-op, I will be the one to stay here with Jean because I can knock people away, and then you can go over there to take out the enemies over that side. But you can see, because I've increased the range of the Pyro Mechanici, it means that the Pyro ones are able to hit them from all the way over here, which is really, really bloody great. Nice. Abyss Mages, that's no problem. And more slimes. Right, upgrade. We'll grab this. And again, I kind of just want to look for... Grab that. Nope. That's more range, yes. Now I'm honestly, I'm only looking for range and speed, and the one that can slow people down. And I'm just going to keep refreshing, even if it just spends all my points. I feel confident that I can handle it. Nope. Nope. No. Nope. Tempting. I'm just going to keep refreshing, sod it. We obviously avoid that. I'm not going to go for that. Melt. No. Okay, we're going to keep this here for now. Because we've got some upgrades that I'll take. And I don't think I can refresh again anyway. So it's a bit of a pain because it's like, obviously there were upgrades that I'm not getting because I'm just keep redrawing. But I think you're better off just keep redrawing to just look for the right upgrades. So I can't stress it enough. In this context, we only are really looking for upgrades to Pyro. And we're looking for attack speed and range. And then upgrades to Pyro is fine, avoiding Elemental Mastery most of the time. But the most important upgrade is the one to reduce the movement speed of people when they're inside here. And increasing the range of this, because look how much radius I'm getting here. Here we go. Wish me luck. And we should get to a comfortable stage where I don't need to even be playing the game anymore, like in the old Theatre Mechanicus. But due to the RNG of not only of what your upgrades are going to be, but also what enemies you're going to be fighting against, it can take a while before you get to that stage of I can just relax and just place pillars down. Great, okay, so I feel confident, so let's resume. I'm going to go for... Descended from the Skies, yeah, because now it's going to change how my fire ones work. And we're already at the last stage, which is great, but we're probably going to lose some enemies here. If I manage to do it, then I got really lucky, because unfortunately, for Theatre Mechanicus, it really isn't about skill, it's more about luck, which, again, I can't stress enough how much worse this is compared to the previous one. Sorry, I just glanced down and be like, please tell me I'm not muted. Because it's the last round, there's also an upgrade that you might see that says it will give you a shit ton of Vericulus points, but you don't earn any more in the round. I would pick that on the last round as well. We'll grab that. Our craniums, that's just the damage buff. We don't need that, so we'll grab this. Come on. Hey, there it is. No, it's not. It's the banishment one. Ah. That always tricks me. Don't buy banishment, it's rubbish. It can work, but you need a bunch of upgrades to them, and I just feel like it's just a waste of my points. I've heard good things about the crack one, but again, we'll go over like all of the individual mechanici, like which ones I like and which ones I don't. High damage flares that descend from the skies. We've already got that upgrade. Don't need this. I'm just going to keep refreshing. Gonna grab that. Nope. I could go for AoE, but I'm out of points. Here it is. Perfect. Look at this. Instantly receive 2,000 ridiculous points, but I'm not going to get any more in this round. It's the last round. Whatever. Grab it. Now I've got a bunch of points I can play around with. So I'll grab... Oh, that was the wrong one. I got excited. And we have already started, but even though we're started and I'm looking... Okay. I feel confident that that side can take it down, but because these are big guys, I'm just going to do gene uppercuts to slow them down. And that should be enough to kill them, which it is. Great. And because we've got a bunch of things here, we may get the occasional melt from that one ice one. But really, it is the fire show. So again, I just need to do uppercut, and that will have him dead. Likewise, he's going to die anyway, and we're done. Awesome. In fact, that happened so fast. I'm not gonna do a whole other round. Don't get me wrong, but what I do want to do is just pick the last one and just go over the upgrades. So, same team. So this is ice. It's banning electric and the crack shot, which, to be honest, it looks like the upgrades are staying the same. This map is a great example of do not place your Mechanici near the purple portal, place them near your portal. Because these are two divergent paths, you're better off getting all of your Mechanici over here. So, if I look here, we're just going to quickly just go over these. The best Mechanici is by far the electric one, and if the electric one is banned, which in this one it is, then Pyro is the next best one, followed up by water, and then finally ice. Anemo is okay because it does have knockback, but it requires upgrades. Crackshot, I'm personally not a fan of, even though people tell me it's apparently good. The mines are nowhere near as good as what they used to be back in old Lantern Rite, and that was because in old Lantern Rite, the mines could be upgraded on their own, whereas in this case, they can't. Let me just, I think I'm going to run out of time, so I'm just going to place these Mechanici here, just to kind of defend me. But this is your setup. It is always picking the same Mechanici, keeping them close to your portal, and always having Arcanums down. So then that's going to amplify their damage. Right, so while it's doing that, let's go over the rest of the pieces. Crackshot, not a fan of. Yeah, so the mine was only good in the old Theatre Mechanicus, and the reason why is because that was something that we could have already at max upgrade, so you can just place it down as a nuke. Whereas now, because you have to spend points to randomly upgrade things, you're just wasting points to upgrade this. We've already talked about why the charity is the best item in the game. Binding, again, it's good, but it's like the mine, it disappears afterwards, so you're just wasting points on it. And banishment, I don't like, because banishment doesn't last. So what we'll do is I'll show you as the example. I'm going to place a banishment just here for now. And then I will still place, even though I shouldn't, but I'll place the charity here just to prove my point. And we just got to wait for them to come up. So what I want to demonstrate is that the banishment does come across good, because it's going to do this. But here's the issue. He gets through. And so this is my issue. Look how slow this guy was, and yet he got past this. So yeah, even though it's knocking some of them back, it doesn't knock them all back. So that's the reason why I'm not a fan of banishment. Even though it's kind of doing a mini gene job here. So that's kind of all I want to end it on. And just to show you, another reason why Jean is the best girl in the game. There we go.